The pancreas helps regulate sugar processing in the body. It also has a vital function in secreting enzymes and aiding digestion. When your pancreas becomes swollen or inflamed, it cannot function properly. This condition is called pancreatitis. Because the pancreas is so tied to your digestion process, it is influenced by what you choose to eat. In patients with pancreatitis, inflammation of the pancreas is often stimulated by gallstones. But in the case of chronic pancreatitis, which occurs again over time, your diet may have a lot to do with it. Researchers are pointing out more about foods that can help protect and even help your pancreas heal. Here we are going to be sharing with you 10 of the worst foods for pancreatitis. Before we continue with the list, make sure to subscribe to HealthyLab and turn on the notification bell to help us grow. Every subscriber is much appreciated. So, let's start. 10. Salt. All of us know that high salt intake can increase the risk of heart disease, but did you know that this is also associated with an increased risk of pancreatitis and pancreas cancer? Research shows a strong link between salt intake and other high salt foods and pancreatitis. A high salt intake can cause pancreatitis fibrosis. Pancreatic fibrosis is a characteristic pathological feature of chronic pancreatitis involved in transforming from pancreatitis to pancreatic cancer. We cannot completely eliminate salt from our diet, but we can at least minimize it. 9. Processed meat. Hot dogs, which are relatively popular among young people who love fast food, are a type of processed meat that is high in fat and salt. Both salt and fat increase the risk of pancreatitis. When processed meat is cooked, a number of compounds are produced that are associated with an increased risk of certain cancers. In recent years, we surely have heard about many detrimental effects of sausages. Sausages, commonly added to pizza, are another type of processed meat that increases the risk of bladder cancer. This is not the only negative point about sausages. According to studies, processed meats such as sausages can also increase the risk of heart disease and death. These meats are high in fat, salt, and preservatives, all of which are bad for your health. 8. Soy sauce. Just like the other foods, we have mentioned soy sauce is not good for those who have chronic pancreatitis. Because soy sauce is made of fermenting wheat or other grains like rice. Although there are several types of soy sauce, it seems all types of it are not good for pancreatitis. Consuming soy sauce with sushi is delicious and enjoyable. Still, unfortunately, it has a lot of sodium, so just 1 tablespoon of it can have 1,000 milligrams of sodium. This is twice the amount of sodium that an average person should consume during the day. 7. Canned foods. You may have heard before those canned soups are high in sodium. Because there is a strong link between sodium intake and pancreatitis and pancreas cancer, you should avoid eating soups that contain a lot of sodium. Remember that nothing is healthier than homemade food. Packaged and processed foods such as popcorn and biscuits contain additives, high sugar, and fat. Therefore, they are dangerous to the health of the body. One of the disadvantages of these foods is the increased risk of cancer. Instead of buying popcorn and ready-made biscuits, make your own. Make them at home to be sure about all the ingredients. 6. Milk. We have always heard that milk contains calcium. Calcium is essential for a healthy and balanced diet. But the results of today's study show something else. It is said that milk, because it is high in calcium, increases the risk of certain types of cancer. According to the National Cancer Institute, some research shows that a diet high in calcium can increase the risk of prostate cancer. One study found that people who drank milk daily were 34% more likely to develop prostate cancer. Another study found an association between high calcium and an increased risk of uterine cancer. This is due to the stimulation of hormones and the growth of cancer cells. Some other studies show that a diet high in calcium increases the risk of colon cancer. For this reason, it is best to minimize the consumption of foods high in calcium, such as cow's milk and cheese. Cancer usually is associated with inflammation. Therefore, it is better to avoid consuming inflammatory foods. Following a plant-based diet rich in fortified cereals is the best thing you can do. 5. Cottage cheese. Although cottage cheese may be healthy for many people due to its high calcium content, this type of cheese is usually highly processed. It is better to minimize the consumption of all dairy products. When it comes to pancreatitis, this is especially true for cottage cheese. This type of cheese is highly processed, which means it has more sodium than other cheeses. So, the next time you see a cottage cheese shop, skip it and think about buying another type of cheese. 4. Eggs. If you have a family history of diseases like pancreas cancer or pancreatitis, do not eat eggs. We have seen in various articles that eggs are valuable and healthy food for the body. But if you have a family history of pancreas cancer, things are different. All types of poultry meat can lead to cancer. According to several studies, people who ate 2.5 eggs or more per week were 81% more likely to develop prostate cancer. 3. Fried fish. Fish is often considered a healthy food and helps protect against cancer. But if you fry the fish, your risk of cancer increases. Fish are excellent sources of omega-3 and many other nutrients, but frying fish reduces the natural level of omega-3 fatty acids in fish. The frying process can also release trans fatty acids, which are associated with a higher risk of certain cancers, like cancers of the pancreas, liver, uterus, and colon. 2. Sweets. Sweets like donuts are high in sugar, leading to diabetes, insulin resistance, and metabolic problems. Many people turn to unhealthy foods such as donuts when they are hungry between meals. If you are one of these people, you may change your mind after realizing the disadvantages. Donuts are high in refined sugars and carbohydrates, potentially increasing the risk of pancreatitis. The reason can lead to obesity. If you love donuts and cannot stop eating them, you can make homemade donuts. Sweet drinks are also detrimental to people with pancreatitis. Sugary drinks contain a lot of added sugar and are very harmful to the health of the body. If you have a family member with cancer, avoid sugary drinks. 1. Coffee. Coffee lovers are not sure about finding coffee on the list of foods that increase pancreatitis and cancer risk. Of course, opinions about coffee are contradictory. Some studies show that coffee protects you against colon, liver, breast, skin, uterus, and prostate cancers. But some other studies show conflicting evidence that coffee effectively increases the risk of bladder and pancreatic cancers. The best thing you can do is to maintain your balance and consume it in moderation. A proper diet for pancreatic health can be effective in preventing pancreatic diseases. In comparison, we do not worry at all about the health of our pancreas. People are often concerned about the health of their hearts, lungs, and kidneys. To enjoy overall health, you should not neglect the health of your pancreas, which is a vital part of the body. Your pancreas has 2 essential functions: making insulin to control blood sugar and making enzymes to digest fat and protein. The pancreas helps the body break down nutrients more efficiently and absorb nutrients. It also produces many vital hormones and insulin. Improper functioning of the pancreas can cause several complications, including diabetes and even pancreatic cancer. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.